I don't think we need bubbles, do we? We'll just leave it with no filter. Hey, you guys, Andrea Cox here. I just wanted to do a quick reading. This is not going to be a long reading. It's actually not going to be a reading at all. How are all of you guys? Let me make a quick adjustment on here. Those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of your likes, your subscribes. I usually show my face on the channel. I am not doing that tonight for good reason. I'm actually getting ready to have a nice little hour-long pedicure and go get my nails done and then have a massage and really treat myself. But I wanted to do this reading for you for more reasons than one. Let me just... All right. And like I said, it's not really a reading. Some of you could be noticing the men in specific around you being really overly stimulated, having the desire to talk more, to open up more, which is wonderful. It's wonderful. But there's also a reason, an astrological, a karmic reason, and you're going to hear a lot of readers begin to talk about this. I think I've heard 2 other readers mention it thus far. And that is because Saturn is dishing out karma over the next year. And where Saturn is and where Saturn is going to sit over the next year is directly dishing out karma to the masculine. And I don't mean the feminine and the masculine, like a feminine with masculinity. I mean actual masculine men. So the way you can help the men in your life is to make yourself your number 1 priority. That's number 1, to focus on your health. Now, I noticed this a few months ago, and I thought it was really, really awkward. What I noticed was my main clientele is women. Women come to me to detox. Women come to me, you know, those of you who don't know, I'm actually a detox specialist, an intuitive healer by trade. I have a second YouTube channel called Andrea Cox TV. It's got about 4 million views. I just came out in 2 San Diego magazines over the past month. I was supposed to go on the news and I was too busy vomiting. Trust me, I wouldn't have passed that up for any reason, but didn't make it on this time. But what I noticed over the past month is my clientele has went from like 65% women, well, I'd say 70% women, 30% men to 50-50. And these are men that started coming to me when I first started my channel for readings. And I pretty much hold the same thing for everyone I work with. If a man comes to me and he's been unfaithful or something like that, I'm like, you're going to need to tell her the truth, because what happens is women have a 6th sense. Women are highly intuitive, all women, especially when they're connected and bonded to a man in an intimate way. And so a woman will feel when someone is being unfaithful or something like that. They'll actually energetically, they'll feel it, right? So what happens is a woman will feel that, and instead of the man like admitting to his feelings and saying, you know what, you're right, I'm sorry, there's a woman at work, or I had drinks with so-and-so, blah, 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 they'll make up a lie, they'll create another lie, and then a lie to a lie, and blah, blah, blah. So with a lot of my clients I work with, a lot of them are married, a lot of them have children, and they are looking for like this quick exit route now. They're looking for a way out. And the way out is to always be authentic, upfront, and honest. That's the way out. That's where the door is, right? So what's happening is men are getting their karma and they're feeling it. They're actually feeling, oh, I'm so happy you started a detox. Hey, All of you who are on here, all 17 of you, do me a favor. Can you make sure you are subscribed? I've got YouTube looking into something. Actually, YouTube is monitoring my account very, very closely right now because my subscribers went from like 17,200 to 16,200 overnight, and that doesn't happen. So I contacted YouTube and they agree. So they're actually heavily monitoring my account. Also, there's been tag words that are showing up when I go to upload a video that I haven't put. So at any rate, make sure you're subscribed because, you know, that's the reason I keep the channel going. So what's going to be happening is, and here's another thing. Men are worried. They're learning how the karmic wheel works. They're learning about the karmic cycles, the cycles of the moon, how they're drawn to certain people at certain times. So what's happening is they're worried. And over the next couple weeks, couple months, there's going to be a cycling out almost of, and this sounds scary, but it's actually really true. This is how it affects all of us. It's almost a siphoning or a cycling out effect of, because this is going to hit men practically. It's going to hit men practically, meaning in the wallet. So what's happening is if they've done anything wrong, they're like praying, they're asking for forgiveness, but they're not going to like the root source of where the damage was caused to pay homage, ask forgiveness, or do anything like that. They're just kind of keeping the injustice wheel turning. This is not a man-hating video. This is men, I love you, get your shit together video, okay? Straight up, no, you know, this is every T crossed, every I dotted. This is this type of video. So what's happening is as they cover their asses, they're in this hyper worry mode because what Saturn does is it pushes a karmic weight on your head, on your shoulder. Some of them might start losing sleep. Many of them could, you know, start fouling up at work. If they're looking for a job, maybe they're dead set on one job, and that job falls through. Many of them are about to see the person they were supposed to be with, that they made a mistake with, move on with someone else. It's very painful. They're not speaking up. So what's happening is, and you guys, this is how impersonal this is. There is literally not a man on this earth that I feel I have any ill feelings towards. This is completely general, and you're going to hear a lot of readers start to talk about it. So Saturn is going to be dishing out karma to the masculine, and they're feeling the pressure already. Some of them might go on a date or something and over talk, or, you know, try to impress with words that they've heard from someone else or something. And it's like, it's not going to work, right? So your job as a feminine to support these men is to be as healthy and as clear-minded as you can be. This is why 222, beautiful. Look up the spiritual meaning of 222. Thank you for liking this video too, you guys. So what this means is, this is why my business is doing so good. Like it was doing really, really awesome when I started this channel, dipped down because I had some other people dip into my stuff, and now it's beginning to boom again. And this is why. So many men that started with me are coming back a year and a half later saying, I should have done what you said to do when you said to do it. The reason I was sharing with them to do what I knew they had to do is because I had been in the position of where their women were in at that time, which was extremely confused and being called crazy, right? Because when you think you know, you actually really know, but you're being told you don't know. And that's, I guess, I don't know, you know, the male definition of crazy when they're trying to, you know, hide something. So here's what's going to happen. a lot of your male friends, which we need to talk about boundaries and male friends at some point, they're going to be coming to you just laying it all out on the table. They're going to be wanting healing from you. They're going to be wanting you to console them. They're going to be wanting to, see, there's some sevens up there. We had 27, now we have 28 and 7. So 8 is for communication, 7 is to put action in. They're going to want to put action in trying to heal themselves, but they're not healing themselves. They're seeking an outside source, i.e. you, feminine, to help them. So here's my suggestion, loves. Unless you have a ring on this finger right here, unless this is your husband trying to work through his stuff, you focus on you. You focus on you. Now, there's another thing that's going to start happening. Communication, we have a 3, we have an 8, and we have a 1 up there, okay? About a new beginning is also going to come in. This new beginning you have known about for quite some time, but they think you haven't known about it, right? So yeah. So a lot of you might be getting these, you know, a little bit half-assed apologies with like, but I did this because you did this, this, and this, right? It's yeah. So again, go back to you, and that means go back to source and go back to taking care of yourself. Okay, so how do we take care of ourselves? Well, look, perfect example. Follow me on Facebook. It's Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox, or Raw Chef Andrea on Instagram. I take stellar care of myself. When I was in the depths of the lows of my breakup, there was a period of time where I didn't, because I had to be in hermit mode. Today, I got up, I went and got a colonic, I headed towards Equinox, I had a nice hour workout, I got in my sauna, I cleaned my house just to kind of further my exercise. I worked with a few clients on the phone simultaneously. I ran my errands. I bought myself flowers, yada, yada. What if you say, but Andrea, I don't have the money to do X, Y, and Z? You need to take a manifesting while being proactive approach. So what does that mean? Well, you can take care of yourself cheaply. If you have a bathtub, you can take an Epsom salt bath to relax your muscles. You can make a list of the things you can get done, right? You can make a list of, make a list of your clients that owe you money. Reach out to them. Let them, if you don't have a list, start putting your creative endeavor you want to do into action. There's no excuses. If you're able to watch this video and you have internet access, you can build yourself a free website, wix.com. There's really no excuse anymore. There's not. If you're overextended, if you're living high on the hog, it's time to reevaluate that, right? Many of you have heard me talk about how I've been trying to move out of state. Just because I live in Southern California, I have literally an $11,000 to $15,000 overhead before I even leave my house, with my 2 websites, with the house I live in, with the bills I pay, with the food, the type of food I eat, the type of food I feed my dogs, with the self-care, with everything. So I'm very cognizant of that, but I'm also extremely responsible. Haven't always been, though. So there is always a solution to every problem. Here's what I do not want you to do. So I talked about how I saw a sequence of women coming to me to try to detach, to try to cord cut, to try to move on, to try to forget about these men that had hurt them. That was over the last year. When I first started the channel, it was equal men and women. Now I've got all these men coming to me. How can I heal over this? She's healed, I'm not. Well, she's healed and you're not, because she closed herself off to love for 1, 2, sometimes even longer period of years in order to heal her heart and go within while you were everywhere, right? Or she healed because she focused on her creativity instead of putting her energy and her body into someone else or something else. Now, a lot of them also are looking to end situations. They don't want to lose any money. If they're going through a divorce or a separation, they're freaked out about having to lose children, lose money, lose a house, lose their way of living. I had a Cancerian man the other day. Cancers are all about home and house. I have Cancer in my 4th house of home and, well, construction and things like that. And that's why I always have a beautiful place to live, because Cancer's in my 4th house. So a lot of, maybe that's a symbol, pizza delivery guy just drove by. Don't quit eating the bullshit too. That's obviously going to improve your self-esteem, etc. But I had one of my Cancerian male clients. He lives in Washington. He called me the other day and he was like, I don't want to lose my home. I don't want to lose my home. I don't want to lose my 1111's been coming up for you a lot. It's been coming up for me a lot as well. That means you're on the right track. You're one of the protected ones. You're probably female too. I didn't read that right. So he was like, I don't want to lose my home. I love my home. And me being brutally honest, had to tell him, you should have thought about losing your home before stepping out with, someone you worked with, or I don't know who it was. And so this brutal honesty that I give men when I work with them is often taken as a slap in their face at first. And then they come back to me a year later and are like, okay, let's do this coaching program because I got to get out of this. Let's go through the motions because I need to heal. Let's do this because I need to cut the cords. Let's do this because I need to start working on my own business instead of working in this 9-to-5 rat race with a suit and tie that's keeping me trapped, right? So not to say every 9-to-5 is a rat race keeping you trapped, but some of it is, right? So in order for men to get to the point of where they're starting to focus more on their creative endeavors and really feed their energy to their woman, their prize, their queen, their love, they're going to have to go through a process. So ladies, if you are dealing with a brother that is driving you nuts now, or a male friend that is driving you nuts right now, or brothers watching this, if you're dealing with a brother or a friend or a colleague at work that doesn't know how to get out of their situation, go ahead and give them my website, The Detox Intuitive, and have them book a reading. And I'll sign them up for the 1 month of coaching because it is life-changing. And most of the women that come to me because they have been either completely shit on, I'm just being honest. They've allowed themselves to be treated like a doormat and they know it's time to change. They are in a dynamic where they've been ghosted, gaslighted, treated horrifically, and they know it's time to change. And they know that the man they've been back and forth with is about to walk back into their life. And they want to be different when he does. Now, most of them, I'm going to be totally honest with you, get the guy in the end, but they don't want the guy anymore. It happens all the time. It's actually very natural to not want someone who has treated you horrifically after you have healed. After you have healed yourself You will no longer accept bad behavior. Now, let me talk about something else, and we're all guilty of this. I want to talk about, and then I have to go because I have a nail appointment, a late night nail appointment. I want to talk about, ladies, when you are ready to date again, when you feel like you are becoming financially stable again, when you have let go of the past again. A lot of women make this mistake, and I have actually made this mistake, and I consider myself to be one of the most pulled back, like make you wait for 3 months to a year to be intimate with you, make you wait. I've actually, this is a true story, and everybody who knows this knows me. I've actually been engaged before, and we were engaged before we slept together. That's how psychotically, like, conservative I am with the beautiful body that God has blessed me with, and that I feed organic foods, and I work out and sweat every day, and I do yoga, and I just really love taking care of myself. But even I recently put the cart a little before the horse. This was very recent because it had been a very long time, and I just felt the need to, I think it was more or less, I felt the desire to please someone else because I like to please, I like to be pleased. And I also felt like this person needed some type of healing. I felt like it was healing for me to give. So I'm not going to read too much into it, but it was very recently. But so be cognizant of that, because I was very cognizant and am now being cognizant to flip that, to flip that script. Okay. So that's another thing. Okay, you guys, on that note, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hop on over to andreacox.com and subscribe there as well. I love each and every one of you. I am actually going to hop off of here and go and get my nails and feet done. And I'm just so happy. I feel like we're living in a great time of life. Send your men my way. The good news about me is they don't meet me in person, and I straighten them out. So there is nothing better to straighten a man out than a month-long period of me being the ball buster instead of you. And what I mean by that is me guiding them in the proper direction with their health, with when to listen and when to speak, within their manifestation realm, then having you be the one with the ball and the chain and the whip, and sometimes you need the ball, the chain, and the whip, but that's only upstairs. I love you guys. I have a few readings available for the next 5 days. I'm going to accept readings. The detoxintuitive.com. Click on spiritual gifts and offerings, choose your reading, and Annabelle or myself will be in touch with you. Also, the 2020 reading is available, so get that. If you want, the links are in the description box under every single one of my videos here. If you want to get the reading quicker, like within 24 hours, you pay on Venmo. If not, just go through the website. Also, there's security measures to protect all your information. I also want you to hop on over to andreacox.com, leave your name and your email address, sign up for my newsletter, because I'm going to be sharing with you the upcoming spiritual fasting retreat here in San Diego. I've ran these for 10 years. We do nothing but drink healthy green juice and for 5 days. And most people lose 10 to 15 pounds. They look amazing when they are done. We meditate, we do yoga, we have a breath worker, we have lots of good stuff involved. Also, if you do the coaching, if you decide to come to a retreat, you only pay for your room, so that's excellent. So andreacox.com, leave me your name and your email address, And for private readings, go to thedetoxintuitive.com. I will definitely be on live this weekend. I love each and every one of you, and talk to you soon. Get out, take a walk tomorrow, hydrate well. I have a bunch of water here. This is like my third one today. Only drink water in glass. Don't call me spoiled. I work very hard for my money. And you, if you're not there right now, will one day also be. So I love each and every one of you. Be well. Bye-bye.